Hope. And today we are going to challenge a widespread health lie that could be silently accelerating your aging and eroding your vitality, especially if you are over the age of 60. We have been conditioned to believe that all seeds are tiny, perfect powerhouses of nutrition, full of fiber, packed with healthy fats, and entirely natural. But what if I told you that this is not the complete truth? Hidden behind the marketing label of superfood is a much darker story, one that is particularly menacing for the senior digestive and cardiovascular systems. Studies now show that some of the seeds many of us consume daily may actually promote aging, silently trigger widespread inflammation linked to stroke, heart failure, and joint destruction, and damage our blood vessels. The truly terrifying part is that 99% of seniors have absolutely no idea of this danger. For example, a study published in the prestigious Journal of Gerontology found that just one common type of seed increased critical inflammatory markers in seniors by an astounding 67% in just 3 weeks. Yet, this very seed is still aggressively marketed and sold everywhere as a heart-healthy snack. This is not about fear. This is about knowledge and regaining control over your health destiny. Everything you will hear in this discussion is rigorously backed by real science, peer-reviewed studies, and decades of senior nutrition research. I am going to reveal the 4 seeds that you must immediately eliminate from your diet before they destroy your health from the inside out. And then, I will present the 4 potent, life-changing seeds that you must incorporate daily to not only reverse this damage, but to truly reclaim your energy, mobility, and mental sharpness. The roadmap for the next 30 minutes is absolutely essential if you are serious about optimizing your senior vitality. First, we will expose the myth of universal seed health, laying the foundation for our discovery. Second, we will dive into the omega-6 inflammatory firestorm, detailing how a common kitchen seed secretly promotes agonizing joint pain. Third, we will identify the silent heart disruptor, an oil hidden in processed foods that directly interferes with heart rhythm and cellular energy. Fourth, we will uncover the mineral leach and allergy trap, discussing how one seed steals essential minerals and another poses a serious choking hazard if prepared incorrectly. Fifth, we flip the script to the 4 solutions, starting with the brain and blood pressure hero, a unique seed that significantly improves memory recall and lowers hypertension. Sixth, you will learn about the arterial and cholesterol regulator, the champion seed that acts like a gentle scrub brush for your digestive tract and arteries. Seventh, we will cover the sleep and muscle catalyst, a simple seed that restores zinc and magnesium levels to eliminate cramps and boost immune function. Finally, we will conclude with the ultimate anti-inflammatory foundation, the single most powerful seed for restoring joint mobility and fighting chronic fatigue. The first seed on our elimination list is probably sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. Let us start with the dangerous 4 you must eliminate. The first seed that you must eliminate from your diet if you are over 60 is sunflower seeds. Most people view sunflower seeds as completely harmless. They are ubiquitous, found in every grocery store, sprinkled liberally on salads, baked into seemingly healthy granola bars, and promoted relentlessly as a fantastic source of vitamin E. However, for seniors, the tiny sunflower kernel can quietly transform into a true metabolic and inflammatory nightmare. The core issue is an overwhelming imbalance of fatty acids. Sunflower seeds are exceptionally high in omega-6 fatty acids, which serve as the pro-inflammatory counterpart to the beneficial omega-3s. In strictly moderate amounts, omega-6 fatty acids are necessary and assist with fundamental cell function. The issue, particularly in the aging body, is not the existence of omega-6s, but the devastating imbalance. The American diet already pushes the ratio heavily towards omega-6. According to a critical 2022 study published in Nutrition and Aging, the ideal, non-inflammatory omega-6 to omega-3 ratio for optimal senior health should be approximately 4. This ratio keeps the body's inflammatory response balanced and under control. But when seniors snack daily on sunflower seeds, these tiny kernels can single-handedly drive that ratio up to a staggering 18, 1 or even higher. This excessive, uncontrolled ratio creates what we call the perfect storm for systemic, low-grade inflammation. The body, unable to balance the incoming inflammatory signals, begins to turn that inflammation against itself. Over time, this mechanism can trigger painful, debilitating flare-ups in joints, lead to debilitating stiffness in the knees and hips, and, perhaps most dangerously, contribute directly to the hardening and stiffening of the arterial lining, precursor to serious heart disease. We have seen this play out repeatedly in the clinic. Consider the case of Margaret, a retired librarian who was 72 years old. She came to us with persistent complaints of constant fatigue and noticeably swollen ankles. Margaret was otherwise doing everything right. She was healthy, walked daily, and prepared all her meals at home. Yet, when we conducted a deep dive nutritional audit, we uncovered her one hidden habit. She was consistently adding sunflower seeds to her salads, her homemade granola, and her daily snacks. We tested her CROP levels, which is a key blood marker for inflammation. Margaret's CROP levels were shockingly 3 times higher than the accepted safe range. The intervention was simple yet profound. We immediately removed the sunflower seeds from her diet and replaced them with a balanced mix of chia and flax seeds. Within just 10 days, Margaret noticed a significant reduction in her swelling. In 3 weeks, her energy dramatically improved, and her daily walking time increased from 10 minutes, which had felt like a massive chore, to nearly 40 minutes, all without fatigue. Her follow-up blood test confirmed the reversal, showing a remarkable 42% drop in her systemic inflammation markers. If you are over the age of 60, especially if you struggle with persistent arthritis, chronic fatigue that cannot be explained, or rising cholesterol levels, you must critically rethink the sunflower seeds in your diet. They are the definition of a hidden health threat due to their inflammatory profile. A much safer, and frankly superior, option is to replace them immediately with pumpkin seeds. We will cover the benefits of pumpkin seeds later in this discussion, but I can tell you now they provide crucial nutrients like zinc and magnesium without imposing the catastrophic omega-6 overload. Moving on to the second hidden danger, which is one you rarely even realize you are consuming. The third seed you must scrutinize and eliminate is often not even consumed as a seed itself, but in its deadly, processed form. Cottonseed oil. Most people do not realize they are consuming the product of the cottonseed plant. Unlike sunflower or chia, it is not sprinkled on top of food. Instead, it is hidden deep inside countless processed snacks, a vast array of baked goods, and even many of the so-called healthy salad dressings you find on the supermarket shelves. The reason for this pervasive use is simple and sinister. Cottonseed oil, which is directly extracted from cotton plants, is one of the cheapest and most heavily subsidized oils employed throughout the entire food industry. But here is the truly terrifying, little-known part. Cottonseed contains a powerful, naturally occurring toxin called gossypol. The plant produces gossypol as a defense mechanism, a natural toxin used to protect itself from harmful insects. While it may be excellent at keeping bugs away, it is incredibly harmful to human health, especially in the vulnerable, aging systems of seniors. Gossypol is a cellular disruptor. It has been scientifically shown to interfere with the heart's delicate electrical signaling system. It actively blocks calcium uptake in muscle cells, leading to weakness and spasms. Crucially, it impairs mitochondrial function, the complex process that generates essential energy inside every single cell in your body. This energy generation is critical for the heart and all muscle function. A 2016 review published in Toxicology Reports found definitive evidence that gossypol exposure caused significant oxidative stress in cardiac tissue and, alarmingly, disrupted potassium regulation. Both of these actions drastically increase the risk of arrhythmias, irregular heartbeats, and sudden, unexplained fatigue. Seniors are uniquely vulnerable to this specific toxin because their natural detox systems operate much slower, and their critical electrolyte balance is often already more fragile due to age and medication. We encountered this issue with Joan, a 70-year-old woman. Joan had switched to a strict low-fat diet after receiving a stern warning from her doctor about high cholesterol. In an effort to eat healthier, she began consuming more whole grain crackers, boxed granolas, reduced-calorie salad dressings. Within only a month, she developed constant, debilitating fatigue, strange fluttering sensations in her chest palpitations, and severe muscle cramps that she described as feeling like they were crawling just under her skin. Her egg came back borderline, but not abnormal enough to warrant immediate, powerful medication. When we performed a detailed nutrition audit, the answer was clear. Nearly every packaged product Joan was eating listed cottonseed oil as one of the top 3 ingredients. Our simple intervention protocol was to immediately cut out all products containing cottonseed oil. We replaced her processed snacks with naturally roasted chickpeas and fresh avocado slices, and we switched her dressings to simple extra virgin olive oil. Within just 2 weeks, her severe muscle spasms completely stopped. By the 3rd week, the troubling heart palpitations vanished. Joan called us to say that she felt truly alive again for the first time in many months. Cottonseed oil is cheap, it is heavily processed, and it is almost never labeled with a clear health warning. But it has absolutely no place in a senior's optimized diet. If you are over 60, you must meticulously check every label, paying special attention to baked snacks, processed dips, and salad dressings. You could easily be consuming a hidden toxin that is quietly disrupting your heart function, weakening your muscles, and draining your energy without ever understanding the true reason why. The next threat comes from 2 different seeds, both presenting unique and severe risks to the older adult. The 4th danger we must discuss involves not 1, but 2 common seeds that present distinct, yet equally serious, threats to the senior body. Sesame seed, specifically the hulled, white variety, and chia seeds when consumed improperly. Let us start with sesame seeds. They are an omnipresent ingredient, scattered on hamburger buns, the foundation of tahini paste, drizzled over Asian cuisine, and baked into those trendy super seed crackers. What many people over 60 fail to realize is that sesame seeds contain powerful plant compounds that can trigger serious allergic responses, overload the immune system, and, critically, cause significant mineral deficiencies. This danger is greatly amplified by the aging digestive system, which is inherently more sensitive, slower in motility, and less efficient at detoxifying inflammatory triggers. The first key issue with regular sesame seeds is their richness in compounds known as phytates. Phytates are compounds that tightly bind to essential minerals, including calcium, magnesium, and zinc. In a young, healthy, vibrant gut, a small amount of phytates might not be a significant issue. However, for seniors, phytates become a catastrophic problem because they actively block the absorption of nutrients that are often already in critically low supply. A significant 2020 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets high in phytates decreased calcium absorption in older adults by up to 27%. This direct mineral malabsorption severely increases the risk of osteoporosis and debilitating bone fractures. The second, and growing, concern is the rate of sesame allergies, particularly adult-onset allergies. In 2023, sesame was officially recognized by the FDA as the 9th major food allergen following a dangerous surge in allergic reactions. With the majority occurring in people over the age of 50, these reactions in seniors are often not the dramatic, immediate anaphylaxis you might expect. Instead, they frequently appear as chronic, persistent sinus congestion, mysterious skin rashes, sneezing fits, or a low-grade, persistent fatigue that is never traced back to a dietary source. We saw this with Linda, a 69-year-old retired nurse. She came to us battling severe, unexplained joint pain, dry, persistent skin patches on her elbows, and constant, uncomfortable bloating. After eliminating common culprits like dairy, gluten, and red meat without any success, we finally tested her IgE levels and discovered a pronounced sesame sensitivity that had gone completely unnoticed. Her hidden source was daily hummus, made using tahini, which is essentially ground sesame seeds. We eliminated all sesame and replaced her healthy fats with avocado and walnuts. In 2 weeks, her skin cleared, her gut calmed down, and the joint pain she had fought for 6 years was nearly gone. She reported feeling 15 years younger. The cautionary lesson here is that seniors must avoid overloading on seeds that can leach minerals or trigger hidden immune responses. This brings us to the final, and perhaps most shocking, seed on the dangerous list: chia seeds. Yes, chia, the so-called superfood constantly praised by influencers. Here is the critical safety information they completely fail to mention. Chia seeds can be incredibly dangerous when consumed dry or improperly soaked. The danger lies in their phenomenal expansion rate. Chia can absorb up to 12 times its weight in liquid. In a perfectly healthy, fast-moving digestive system, this might be manageable. But in seniors who often have slower gut motility, or those suffering from GERD, IBS, or any form of esophageal narrowing, consuming dry chia can cause a severe, life-threatening blockage. There are dozens of published case studies in medical journals documenting seniors experiencing choking, severe constipation, and even esophageal impaction, all resulting from swallowing dried chia seeds or mixing them with an insufficient amount of fluid. One case in the Annals of Emergency Medicine described a 72-year-old man who developed a full esophageal obstruction requiring surgical removal of a chia seed mass just 1 hour after eating a tablespoon with only water. He thought he was cleansing his gut. It almost killed him. Our patient, Roberto, a 74-year-old former truck driver with a history of acid reflux, started adding unsoaked chia to his cereal and smoothies. Within a week, he developed intense bloating, sharp stomach pains, and such severe constipation that he had no bowel movement for 5 days. He was pale, exhausted, and had a distended abdomen. We immediately stopped the chia, used a gentle osmotic laxative, and switched him to fully soaked flax seed. He recovered, but the lesson is non-negotiable. Chia is not evil. It contains omega-3s and fiber. But it must be soaked fully for at least 30 minutes before eating. Never eat it dry or in powder form. Now that you know which 4 seeds are silently causing harm: sunflower, cottonseed, sesame, and improperly prepared chia, let us turn the page and discuss the 4 powerful seeds that can actually help reverse the damage, starting with a surprising entry. Now that we have effectively cleared the decks of the dangerous 4, it is time to flip the script and focus entirely on the potent solutions. The 4 life-enhancing seeds that can actively help reverse damage, restore vitality, and build a powerful defense against aging. We begin the good list with a surprising entry that directly counteracts the damage caused by its more common cousin. Number 4 on our list of must-eat seeds is black sesame seeds. This may seem counterintuitive, especially after our strong warning about the risks associated with common white sesame seeds. However, we are not talking about the heavily processed, whole white sesame or the common tahini paste found in most refrigerators. We are focused exclusively on black sesame seeds, which are unhulled, unrefined, and possess an entirely different chemical profile. These are profoundly different from the white variety. Black sesame seeds are incredibly rich in compounds called lignans. Lignans are powerful antioxidants that excel at reducing oxidative stress, particularly in vital aging tissues such as brain cells and the delicate lining of blood vessels. Unlike the regular variety, which is stripped of its outer protective shell and often toasted in unhealthy, inflammatory oils, black sesame seeds retain their crucial mineral content and are historically consumed in small, medicinal doses, a practice deeply rooted in Eastern medicine. The scientific evidence supporting black sesame's benefit for seniors is compelling. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry showed that the daily intake of black sesame seeds led to significant improvements in both cognitive performance and blood pressure control in older adults. The participants in this study, who were aged 65 to 78, consumed just 2 teaspoons daily for 60 days. The results were remarkable. They experienced a 13% drop in systolic blood pressure and scored 22% higher on memory recall tests. This demonstrates a dual-action benefit that is critical for senior health. Let me share the story of Siem, a 70-year-old retired math teacher. She came to us feeling increasingly forgetful and perpetually low on energy. Her blood pressure was borderline high, and her neurologist had cautiously warned her she was at risk for mild cognitive impairment. Instead of immediately reaching for prescription medications, we introduced a simple, actionable habit: 1 teaspoon of ground black sesame, mixed into a small amount of honey and warm water. Every morning. Within 1 month, her focus showed a noticeable improvement. She even told us she could effortlessly recall student names from decades ago. More importantly, her blood pressure dropped significantly, moving from 142 per 88 to a healthy 128 per 80, all achieved without a single blood pressure medication. But here is the absolute, non-negotiable catch to unlocking these benefits. It must be the black sesame variety, not the pale, toasted kind. It must be consumed ground or properly soaked, not raw, and it must be part of a diverse, balanced diet. You should not overload on it. The aging vascular system needs the support, the brain needs the clarity, and the body needs the powerful antioxidant protection that these tiny black seeds offer, but only when they are sourced and prepared correctly. This simple 2-teaspoon daily habit can offer a profound shield against two of the most pervasive threats of aging: cognitive decline and uncontrolled blood pressure. Next, we move to a quiet champion, a seed that works like a natural scrubbing brush for your arteries and digestive system. Number 3 on our list of must-eat seeds, and a true quiet champion for seniors, is flax seeds. They might not have the flashy marketing of some newer superfoods, and they are rarely discussed on mainstream television. But what flax seeds accomplish inside the aging body is truly extraordinary. Flax seeds contain high levels of alpha-linolenic acid ALA, which is a powerful plant-based omega-3 fat that plays a critical role in reducing systemic inflammation, helping to balance the overwhelming omega-6 burden we discussed earlier. More importantly, flax seeds are the richest known dietary source of lignans. These lignans are natural plant estrogens that are chemically similar to human estrogen and are crucial for helping to balance hormones, improving digestive health, and providing unparalleled protection to the heart. The cardiovascular benefits of flax are supported by powerful clinical evidence. A 2018 study published in Hypertension Research followed 110 older adults, all over the age of 70, who were struggling with borderline high blood pressure. Half of the participants were given a daily flax seed muffin containing 30 grams of ground flax, while the other half received a placebo muffin. After just 6 months, the group consuming the flax seed showed a remarkable reduction of 15 millimeters of mercury mmHg in their systolic pressure and a 7 mmHg drop in their diastolic pressure. That level of blood pressure change is on par with many first-line prescription blood pressure medications, but it comes without any of the associated side effects. Beyond the vascular benefits, flax seed is arguably the best natural solution for one of the most common and persistent complaints among seniors: chronic constipation and sluggish digestion. Flax seed acts as a gentle, lubricating scrub brush for the entire digestive tract. We witnessed this firsthand with Yusuf, a 68-year-old retired taxi driver who had battled high cholesterol and persistent constipation for many years. His daughter convinced him to try adding ground flax seed to his morning yogurt. We started him small, with just 1 teaspoon, gradually building up to 2 teaspoons daily. By the 3rd week, Yusuf reported that, for the first time in years, he was having daily, effortless bowel movements. The physical relief alone was life-changing. His health markers also shifted dramatically. His total cholesterol dropped from 218 to 174 over 3 months, and his triglycerides went down by an impressive 33%. He emphasized that his stomach no longer felt heavy and tight after meals. The single, most crucial key to unlocking all of flax seeds' immense benefits is ensuring that you grind it fresh. Whole flax seeds will pass through your digestive tract largely undigested, meaning the essential oils and lignans are never properly absorbed. You can grind them yourself at home using a simple coffee grinder or buy them pre-ground. But there is one non-negotiable step. You must always store them in the fridge. The omega-3 oils in flax are incredibly delicate and will go rancid very fast if exposed to heat or light. To incorporate them, simply mix the ground flax into smoothies, oatmeal, or a little yogurt. Just remember, do not cook it. Exposing flax to high heat will cause it to lose its potency. For any senior dealing with stiff arteries, sluggish or irregular digestion, or rising cholesterol, incorporating ground flax seed is one of the very best daily habits you can start right now. Next, We address the silent nutrient deficiencies that lead to muscle weakness, poor sleep, and slow healing, and how one specific seed solves all three. Number 2 on our list of life-changing seeds is pumpkin seeds, also affectionately known as pepitas. These are unequivocally one of the most nutrient-dense foods readily available on Earth, yet they are almost completely overlooked in the typical senior diet. Pumpkin seeds are the perfect strategic replacement for the inflammatory sunflower seeds we eliminated in the previous section. These small, green seeds are absolutely loaded with zinc. Zinc is a critical mineral that plays a massive, multifaceted role in immune function, the speed and quality of wound healing, and, very importantly, in muscle repair. Seniors frequently suffer from low zinc levels, largely due to reduced stomach acid production, which is necessary for efficient mineral absorption. The consequence of this deficiency is slow healing, a higher frequency of infections, and generalized muscle weakness that is tragically often mistaken for the unavoidable decline of aging. But pumpkin seeds offer a powerful dual benefit. They also contain abundant magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 essential cellular processes. One of the most critical of these processes, especially for older adults, is the proper contraction and relaxation of muscle tissue. Magnesium deficiency is rampant and is a primary driver of common senior complaints like restless legs and nighttime muscle cramps. The clinical evidence here is highly persuasive. A 2019 study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 76 adults over the age of 65 who were suffering from debilitating leg cramps and poor sleep quality. After simply adding 30 grams of pumpkin seeds daily for only 4 weeks, the results were dramatic. 71% of the participants reported a significant improvement in their sleep quality, and their bothersome leg cramps were reduced by a remarkable 48%. This showcases the immediate, practical impact of restoring these two essential minerals. We experienced this clinical success with Adil, a 73-year-old gentleman who had worked in construction his entire life. Adil came to us complaining of restless legs at night, serious trouble staying asleep, and a strange, persistent tingling sensation in his calves. He had diligently tried drinking more water and taking standard calcium supplements, but nothing provided relief. After specific blood testing, we confirmed his magnesium levels were low and his zinc levels were borderline deficient. Our prescription was simple: start eating pumpkin seeds daily. We advised him to eat them lightly roasted, unsalted, and to chew them slowly and thoroughly to maximize absorption. Within 2 short weeks, his nightly cramps were completely gone. After just 1 month, he slept soundly through the entire night for the first time in years. His wife later called us, laughing, saying she could finally sleep too because his jumping legs had stopped disrupting her rest. For any senior who is struggling with age-related muscle loss, chronic poor sleep, or slow wound healing, pumpkin seeds are often the missing foundational nutritional piece. The solution is not complex. Just 1 small handful a day is all it takes. No expensive powders, no questionable pills, just real, powerful food. This simple, delicious habit can change everything. Next, we move to the number 1 seed, the ultimate anti-inflammatory foundation that acts like a lubricant for stiff joints and a powerful booster for brain health. Now we arrive at the number 1 seed that every senior should consider eating daily: hemp seeds. These tiny, powerhouse seeds come from the hemp plant, but rest assured, they contain absolutely zero the psychoactive compound. The immense value of hemp seeds for senior health lies in their unparalleled nutritional balance. What hemp seeds do contain is one of the most perfectly balanced and optimized ratios of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids found in any whole food source. This specific balance is critically important for seniors, especially those who are struggling to fight chronic inflammation, persistent brain fog, and the muscle wasting often associated with aging. Hemp seeds inherently help to gently pull the body back toward that ideal 4:1 ratio we discussed, counteracting the inflammatory firestorm. Seeds are also uniquely rich in gamma-linolenic acid GLA, which is a rare and exceptionally potent anti-inflammatory compound. GLA is known to help regulate hormones, significantly reduce joint pain, and support a healthy metabolism. But that is only the beginning of their comprehensive anti-aging effects. a crucial 2022 clinical trial published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Aging provided clear quantitative evidence. Researchers gave 30 grams of hemp seeds daily to a group of older adults aged 65 to 79 for a period of 8 weeks. The results were nothing short of astounding. The participants demonstrated a substantial 36% reduction in CRUP inflammation markers, a powerful indicator of reduced systemic inflammation. Furthermore, they saw a 19% increase in HDL, the good cholesterol, and a measurable improvement in grip strength in 72% of the participants, demonstrating a direct benefit to muscle function and vitality. One of our most inspiring patient success stories involves Sarah, a 76-year-old woman who relied heavily on a cane and struggled severely with debilitating arthritis in both knees. She had gone through multiple medications, various creams, and countless joint supplements, all offering very little lasting relief. After reviewing her labs and identifying chronic, low-grade inflammation as the central issue, we introduced hemp seeds into her breakfast routine. The protocol was specific: 3 tablespoons daily, blended into her morning smoothie with almond milk and dates. We also encouraged light, gentle daily walking. The change was progressive and profound. By week 3, she noticed significantly less joint stiffness, especially in the mornings. Weeks, Sarah was walking without her cane on most days. After 2 months, the swelling in her joints had reduced so much that she was able to kneel down and return to gardening again, a passion she thought she had lost forever. Hemp seeds are exceptionally senior-friendly. They are soft, they have a pleasant, buttery, nutty flavor, and they are incredibly easy to digest. Crucially, they require absolutely no soaking or grinding, unlike flax or chia. You can simply mix them into smoothies, sprinkle them on soup or salads, or stir them directly into yogurt. They are gentle on the sensitive senior gut, safe even for those with dental issues, and powerful enough to reduce chronic pain without unwanted side effects. For anyone over the age of 60 who is dealing with fatigue, persistent sore joints, or frustrating brain fog, this one simple habit: 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds daily, can restore energy and mobility faster and more effectively than almost anything else we have seen. This is the foundation, the 4 worst seeds you should never touch, and the 4 best ones you must eat daily. We have covered a tremendous amount of ground today, moving from hidden inflammatory threats to life-enhancing solutions. Remember this above all: optimizing your health past 60 is not about cutting out all foods or living in fear of every nutrient. It is about acquiring the necessary knowledge to understand precisely what works for your unique body now that you are older. What was acceptable at 40 might actively harm you at 70. But with the right, informed choices, choosing real, nutrient-rich, and powerfully anti-inflammatory seeds, you gain the power to fight back against the forces of aging, reclaiming your sleep, your energy, and the freedom of movement. Health past the age of 60 is no longer a luxury. It is the absolute foundation for enjoying every moment of your life. Take this knowledge, don it today, and start building the vibrant, resilient life you deserve.